Hostage situation at a restaurant in Sydney. Prime Minister Tony Abbott convenes an emergency meeting at the Cabinet. President Mahinda Rajapaksa pledges solidarity with Australia in the fight against terrorism. Common opposition candidate Maithripala Sirisena says the public service has deteriorated due to fraud and corruption. Protests in Negombo demanding pre-Christmas release of Sri Lankan fishermen in Indian custody. South Africa's Rolling Straws crowned Miss World. In those stories in detail now. Taking to Twitter earlier today, President Mahinda Rajapaksa offered his condolences to Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott, saying that he was deeply disturbed about the hostage situation in Sydney. The President emphasised that Sri Lanka stands united with Australia in fighting terrorism. At least 3 people have been seen inside the cafe with their hands up against a window and holding back up a black flag with Arabic writing. Several people have been taken hostage by at least one armed man at the Chocolate Cafe in Sydney, Australia. Hundreds of armed police have sealed off the normally busy Martin Place in the central business district. Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott has described the incident as quote-unquote deeply concerning.
New South Wales Police are responding. They are being strongly supported by Commonwealth agencies. We don't yet know the motivation of the perpetrator. We don't know whether this is politically motivated, although obviously there are some indications that it could be. We have to appreciate that even in a society such as ours, there are people who would wish to do us harm.
The Chocolate Cafe said that 10 employees and 30 customers were thought to be inside. Nearby officers were evacuated and police asked people to remain indoors and away from open windows. Australian police said they had not had direct contact with an armed offender holding an undisclosed number of people hostage at a cafe in central Sydney.
At this stage, the operational advice I've got is that we're still determining what it is that may well be the motivation, and at this stage we are still not yet in a position to determine where the individual is from. Well, again, it's a flag that we've had people looking at. We're still trying to work out exactly what it stands for, but at this stage it's probably best that I don't take that any further. We're working with our partner agencies to better determine what it is we're dealing with there.
An armed man wearing a backpack and a bandana could be seen walking around inside the cafe. Television footage showed at least 3 people thought to be employees of the cafe and who were visibly distressed holding a black sign with an Islamic creed written on it up to the window. An Australian Broadcasting Corporation reporter said that gunfire had been heard at the scene, but this had not been confirmed. According to a police spokesperson, no injuries have been reported from the incident. Martin Place is home to the State Premier's office and headquarters of 2 of the nation's largest banks. The State Parliament House is also only a few streets away. Courts in the business district have been closed for the day and a number of banks have said they will not open.